Hey everyone, welcome back to Metroid Other M. I'm WhiteHawke, and with me,
Yeah, Bob, me.
and
Envuelta.
yay! Everyone's been anticipating this episode 7, which is the one where I have the infamous cutscene that everyone has watched without context when they thought of Other M.
Oh no.
The PTSD cutscene, as Bob likes to call it.
Yeah.
Environmental test
The
4. Why the hell
effects.
is this on a spaceship? Like, what?
Damn.
Anyway, gameplay-wise, this area is not nearly as difficult as the one I went through in Sector 2 in the previous video because the creatures just haven't been upgraded yet. There are new creatures here, though. And they're
Only one.
goofy looking and interesting, but they're easy to avoid.
Only one little creature, you know.
Yeah. So before we actually get to that cutscene, we're gonna have to go through quite a bit of gameplay.
Yeah.
Here I'm on this
And a big
platform.
boss too.
Oh yeah, there's a boss, but the boss has nothing to do with the cutscene. What are you talking about? It's totally not Ridley, by the way.
True.
So right here, I jumped into this platform because that's where that grapple point led me to, but I can't do anything.
You don't get yourself getting bamboozled because you do have to go over there. Just don't know it yet.
Yeah, and you didn't know it before the stream screwed up, but unfortunately, you can no longer pretend.
Yeah.
God damn it, Bob. Well, anyway, I'm supposed to put that grapple point over here, grapple to it over here, and jump on this platform instead of the other one, so that I can deactivate the simulation.
Yes. And it's kind of fun to see the end
Yeah,
stuff.
we talked about this before, but
Yeah.
if the game had been just about deactivating and activating simulations,
Would have been better.
it might have been fun.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned a while ago, I think I played a game like this a long time ago. Something called 99 Rooms. Ironically enough, I didn't enjoy that game back then, but that was for a different reason. That creature kind of looks similar to a boss I fought, like a mini boss that I fought earlier in the game. It is not the same thing.
It's no.
It's a completely new creature that I don't have to fight.
And there's only one, so it's kind of sad.
There's
it's
actually
lonely.
3 of them, I think, in the whole area, but that's
Oh,
the only
okay.
one that's been aggroed, you know? Good thing, too. Also, we're never going to meet
Yeah.
these creatures ever again, because that was, like, one of the only places where they ever appear in.
Sad.
Desert Refinery. Why? What are they refining? They're simulated stuff?
Sand.
Yes, simulated
They're
sand.
refining
That's
sand.
what they're refining. Space station called the Bottle Ship keeps confusing me.
The bull.
Baby bull. That's what you called it. So this room is actually, like, this is unique to this playthrough, but this room has the smartest space part ever. The one that decided to completely subvert our expectations and hide in the one spot I can't hit it in without going through first person. And who would want to go into first person willingly?
Exactly. But those space pirates were abducted by the Galactic Federation, right?
No, they were, like the game says, cloned, I think, but they were recreated by the Galactic Federation from DNA that was left on our suit after our party
yeah.
in Super Metroid, you know? The one where we destroyed the whole planet.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch Super Metroid in my playthrough or any other playthrough, Samus went through the whole place destroying everything in sight, and that left some of their remnants on her
DNA.
suit. And
Okay,
through
I
those
see.
remnants, the Galactic Federation decided to revive every single creature they could just from those things.
because it's a smart thing to do.
Yeah,
isn't it?
apparently. Also, yeah, that part was super duper annoying. The only way to get rid of it was
was-
by going through first person. Of course, I could have
and you
ignored it,
did.
but I had to take my revenge.
That was the best villain right there. No one could have ever expected such intelligence.
You know what?
An
It's
AI.
funny because Space Pirates in the Prime series, the one that Sakamoto considers to be non-canon at the time that he was making this game anyway.
then it
They're
doesn't
actually supposed to
exist?
be intelligent, the Space Pirates, or yeah, Space Pirates. But in this game, the Space Pirates are supposed to be like hive mind, you know? They're not supposed to be intelligent. They're supposed to be like bees
Controlled.
that follow a queen's orders.
Yeah, okay. I see.
And in this case, the queen is Ridley. Oh. I mean, not Ridley, of course.
Definitely not. And there is Hawk getting silly right now.
Yeah.
Silly Hawk.
Really wondering, where's my homecoming party? And here I'm just taking damage so I can go to critical health so I can restore it. Such a conundrum. You gotta take damage to restore health.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Well, I mean, I can see why. I mean, I can see why it's only critical health.
If
because it would have been easy,
restore her health by just concentrating, why can't she do it all the time?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it will make the game too easy, of course, but... Like, the entire reason why Sakamoto thought of concentrating your health back up is because he thought it was weird that enemies just dropped random pickups in the Metroid franchise. He wanted us to take the story seriously. So, enemies can no longer drop anything, and we're just supposed to restore our health by concentrating it up. But that's just as weird. So,
even though it's silly,
why bother making a change?
I mean, video games do sacrifice some a bit of
for gameplay.
Logic.
In this case, they sacrifice something related to gameplay for the story, but it still makes no sense. And now it's worse gameplay-wise. So Sakamoto was being dumb because in his attempt to make things more logical for the story, he just made everything worse.
Yeah. He tried. It's his love child.
Well, as
he tried.
As I mentioned sometime before, Sakamoto didn't particularly care about the story anyway. I mean, the gameplay, the story he cared about that, of course.
Yeah.
Like he was fine with this game being 2D like the other Metroids, you know? He wasn't trying to introduce the franchise to its 3D roots again, you know, because the Prime series already did that. That was Team Ninja's suggestion. Largely because they probably...
Some people were... Like, some people said, like, one of the big reasons why the Metroid series got down was because of the 3D games, but people say it's one of the best, well, there are some of the best games, so...
The Prime series?
I don't know where it comes from. Yeah.
Well, the Prime sub-series, I should say. But yeah, there's a segment of the fan base that never cared for the Prime series because they think it's too much like Halo, because, you know, Halo came out around the same time. And the whole Space Marine thing kind of has become really, really popular in recent times. So I think the Prime series is a part of that, too similar to that, or was heading that direction. And I could see them thinking that because of Prime 3.
Getting scared of that.
Also, that was a quick time event. That creature has very few tricks left up its sleeve, and yet it almost killed me. Right here, it's like one more hit will kill me if I'm not too careful. But, you know, I can also do this to it. Again! How many times do I have to do it?
Beautiful. Also, he dodges now.
Yeah, I think it was able to dodge before too, but, you know, it wasn't apparent because there wasn't much room for it.
Yeah. And missiles.
It always had this missile attack, but it didn't use it very often. I think it started using it more often here.
Yeah. I think 2 or 3 times because...
For the most part, you're always waiting for it to do this, just so you can do the lethal strike on it.
Lethal strike.
Or overblast, whatever you want to call it. Because it's clearly not lethal, our attempts to kill it right now.
It's flying!
Yeah, without wings somehow.
Without wings, exactly. It floats.
I think
it doesn't
we just
fly,
can't like see that it has wings, you know, because it's supposed to be insect-like. Anyway, yeah, I was supposed to missile it.
It's dead.
No, that was a Disney death. If the developers want to bring it back, they can. I think like that's the whole shtick about a Disney death. You know, you make them fall into a bottomless pit or something like that. Kind of like how does in the Beauty and the Beast. Oh, spoiler, sorry. Whoops. I guess I'm gonna have to censor that. But the shtick is that if they want to bring it back for a sequel, they can because they can explain, oh, I somehow survived. You know, because you didn't see me die. Also, that creature, man, what the hell were they thinking design-wise? I think it's a Pokemon, Girafarig. That's what it reminds me of. You know about that creature, Puerta and Bob? Girafarig?
Yes.
No.
It's a giraffe with a tail that has a face or something.
No, excuse me, but who hasn't already seen the Beauty and the Beast? It's like more than a decade
Well,
old.
yeah,
so
it's-
if you got spoiled by it, sorry, so it's too bad, so sad.
Oh, that creature! It tried to eat me right there,
Well,
and it
oh
did
God.
right here. It almost killed me. Yeah, we missed this last time. But yeah, basically all I wanted was to get damage so I can go into critically low health, so I can then concentrate
I
it back
noticed
up.
your Morph ball gets red if you're on critical.
Yeah,
health.
you're red all over the place.
Yeah.
That's a neat touch,
Yeah.
I suppose.
At least now you're back to full health, so it's good.
That's what I wanted. Mission accomplished.
And now Zelda stuff.
Oh, this door.
Grappling hooks.
So this door is going to be permanently locked with no way for you to open it if you backtrack earlier on the first time you went through sector, well, the Parasphere. And this tripped up a lot of players. The only way to fix it is to send your SD card to Nintendo America and they'll fix it for you. Like, y'all remember this room?
Exist at the time.
It's the same
Yes.
room. It's weird. I
Well,
don't know.
you went back,
Oh,
right?
that creature helped me. I don't know why Nintendo didn't release a channel for it, because they did for Skyward Sword when a similar thing happened to it. But they couldn't.
Well, you said it was because it wasn't too popular.
Yeah, but I know they could have released a channel if they really wanted to. They just didn't
Oh,
care,
okay.
I want to say. Or maybe it's because this was a third-party game, technically. Because Team Ninja
Oh
did
yeah,
work
Team
on it.
Ninja. Mm-hmm.
And like, if you read the interviews with Team Ninja about this game post-release, they kept blaming Sakamoto for all the f***ups.
Oh no.
Oh god, this creature. It sends me into the lava, and I try to get out, but the jump button wasn't working. And somehow the creature manages to hit me a second time.
God.
Yeah, what's going on, Samus? I agree with Adam this one time.
Then when she dies, she screams, but it's not, you know, as I just noticed.
It's,
but
it's not that
it's not
great
loud.
for voice acting wise, even though
Yeah.
the voice actress not bad. Just her direction was all with Sakamoto, who's Japanese, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't speak English all that well, so he doesn't understand how the English language worked for natural voice acting, you know? Well, I say natural voice acting, but there's nothing natural about how people talk in media, because natural
Yeah, that's
voices
true.
isn't that good.
I mean, they have to change it just to make it look more professional.
Yeah,
and
you
stuff,
gotta make
but-
it look professional, not natural.
Yeah, it's kind of silly sometimes,
Yeah, it's,
but you
it's
know.
something that you only understand if it's your first language and you understand how it works in media.
Yeah.
Hence why it's all the more dumber that Sakamoto thought he would. Like, the reason why he did the voice direction
director.
is because he thought they would screw up like the feeling, you know, the feeling of the cutscenes. Because there's
Well, they
something.
sadly did because of that.
It's something that you'll hear a lot of weeaboos complain about, how when something gets dubbed, it loses the feeling that they had in the original release, in the original Japanese
yeah,
release.
yeah.
And that's, I think, what Sakamoto was thinking of, that if he let someone else direct the game, they would not understand it, you know? But we don't give a shit about
I
this.
might get hate for this, but yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying
Just
to
give
say.
us good professional voice acting, as much as they can.
Well, there is some dubs that aren't good, but I mean, some of them are okay.
Resident Evil 1,
Yeah.
I was gonna mention it, but Resident Evil 1, it was directed by the original Japanese, I think Shinji Mikami was his name. I think he was the one who was doing it. People thought it was so bad that they did it on purpose. And when it was brought up to the developers years later, they were like, no, we didn't understand. They were super confused about it because they didn't know how bad it was. Anyway, the cutscene is coming up.
Oh yes,
Get hype.
yes.
I am.
We have to point at something.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's not
A
Ridley.
dead creature. Oh no! It got out of its shell. It's
It had to
Oh, God.
morph somehow.
how, I don't know, but logic.
Yeah, I don't know how Ridley digivolves or evolves like a Pokemon in this game. It's really
It
confusing.
got out from a bunny, so
Yeah. Huerta doesn't notice though.
No.
But yeah,
That's
I
true.
think like what they had is that they decided to have a creature that looks really cute, and then Sakamoto was like, "Hey, wouldn't it be funny if that was Ridley, just in his child form?" Anyway, we're
Yeah,
here.
that's-
It's this.
it's time. Yes.
Hmm.
Adam, can you inform us about anything?
It's movie time.
The creature's supposed to be around here.
We just saw
The
it.
deleter!
Oh no! A laser.
Anthony? Oh, well, why didn't you say that from the beginning? Apparently he was trying to aim at the creature over there. Not Ridley, of course.
Yeah. It looks like it, but probably not.
I agree with Anthony right here. We cannot see a thing here. The lighting is really particular in this place.
Disgusting.
And you're supposed to point at the door. You were not mentioned that you were supposed to point at the door, but you have to point at it.
It's calm before a storm.
Yeah, Ridley was not going to let us escape from this place. Here, we're stuck here now.
Is that stuck dinosaur sounds.mp3? Because it sounds like it.
Leave this one to me. Don't waste your plasma.
Why not? This plasma is to fight this creature, and it was effective when it was not Ridley, because now it's totally not Ridley too.
I don't know what this is, but I'm sure I can fight it.
Anyway, right here you have to go into first person, and then you're invincible.
Like, really?
Also, you have to point at the eruption port, which is really hard sometimes.
Oh, okay. Super my sail.
Use my super missiles. At first, we gotta show the player how it works. It's like Metroid Prime. You charge shot and then you release. Uses 5 missiles. So I can only use super missiles at once. 2 super missiles at once. Here we are.
And those also are really strong.
You remember this footage.
Oh no.
It triggers people.
Oh
People who
no.
hate this game. Well, where is it? Not Ridley. Show yourself.
Who are you?
Oh.
The fuck, Samus? She only recognizes it when she finally sees it. She couldn't recognize it based on its shouts or something like that.
Shadow,
Its cries. Samus?
And there it goes.
What's going on? Samus, respond! Respond!
Samus!
PTSD!
Why is she like scared?
Also, she turns into a baby, literally. You know what? Some people argue that, yeah, this is how PTSD works, but no! That's not how it works, and that's not what it's used for. What? I'm gonna explain when the cutscene is over. We're just gonna watch it for now.
You copy?
Samus,
Samus!
Samus!
use your plasma beam!
Plasma beam! What's your status?
I don't know why Ridley's not attacking us.
Samus, do you read me?
It's totally not because they're trying to pad out the cutscene so this can happen right here. The deleter!
It's Mr. Porn Mustache.
Oh, Well, Ridley's finally doing something, but he's not attacking us, he's just grabbing us like a dumbass.
It looks different.
And still, Ridley doesn't try to attack us. He could use his fire breath right away and instantly kill us.
It just messes with us.
I don't know why Samus's suit is
big
deactivating. Like, it's supposed to be that she's losing concentration and she can't keep it up, but she's not losing health or anything. And she reactivates it right here just so she can be incapacitated for a moment. And Anthony can do this.
Oh.
These lines are pretty bad. They're kind of badass, but also really corny and shit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
We gotta
Yeah,
teach
that's
this
like-
game a lesson about subtlety.
Gotta reload.
Anthony, don't
Don't
do
do
it.
it.
Samus,
No.
you could be shooting Ridley right now instead of having your arm trying to reach for him or something.
No. Oh no.
Oh no! No! No!
Okay, so the difference between the beginning and the ending of this cutscene. Samus and Ridley are about to face off. That's how it was at the beginning. That's how it is at the end. The only things that actually happened here is that Anthony and Adam are out of the picture. Or the game wants you to think they're out of the picture, because we're gonna find out more about them later on. That's the only reason why Samus's Ridley was Samus's PTSD, not Ridley, was brought up, so they can be brought out of the picture. It wasn't for her sake to find out more about her. It was just so they Sakamoto could have Adam and Anthony like out of the way, you know. They will be brought up later,
really?
but that's the thing about
Okay.
that sucks so much about this cutscene. It's not for Samus's sake. It's solely so that Adam and Anthony can be brought out of the picture. And then what I did right there was really risky. Because this happens when you don't dodge.
Well, not really one.
But yeah, that cutscene sucks so much because a lot of people say, oh, Samus is suddenly scared of Ridley and stuff, and that shouldn't be canon. But Sakamoto didn't give a shit. He doesn't care about whether or not that's canon. He only needed Samus distracted for that cutscene so that he could have Adam and Anthony be brought out of the picture. Anthony is supposed to be dead. I'm not going to say anything more about that, but he's supposed to be dead. And Adam, we're supposed to think that he was taken out by the leader, who is totally not porn mustache guy or KG.
Well, some people, from what I've seen, said that she triggered the PTSD trigger just because Ridley died in Super Metroid.
Yeah, they say that. They say that Ridley only died twice technically because the Prime series is not canon because Sakamoto. But no, if that was the case, if we really wanted to bring up the PTSD, they would explain it, and they never do. It's never brought up ever again, the whole PTSD segment. And the only way
and as you said, there is
the only way you can figure out why that PTSD happens is if you read the Metroid manga. But if you do, at the end of the manga, it's explained that she gets over it. So again, that's still a plot hole.
That doesn't make any sense.
And I think Sakamoto, in one of the interviews, he tried to damage control the whole thing by saying that, oh, only the first chapter of the manga is canon, not the rest of it. So it still works.
That's a cheap way.
Anyway, about the boss fight, it's actually pretty fun. You know, aside from the fact that it really can kill you in one hit and stuff. But it's a pretty fun boss fight, even because it's quick and you have to keep focusing on dodging all of his moves, and it's brief.
Yeah.
And
I was going to,
I don't show all of Ridley's moves, but they're pretty cool.
Show me your moves.
So you have to keep shooting them with your plasma beam. Use your plasma beam, Samus! And once he becomes black and dark, like he's hardened his skin or something, you have to use your super missiles to be able to damage him again. And the trick I keep using is that I keep using the super missiles immediately as soon as I can, which is right after this segment.
The lethal strike is pretty nice though.
Yeah, it is very nice. And here I failed, and because of that I died. So it's risky to try to use the super missiles on him right away, because if you fail to do that, you die instantly in hard mode.
Yeah.
Wow, and really was trying to make sure that I was dead right there.
Shooting.
Well, it's a clone of the original Ridley, because for some reason the Federation didn't realize that those remnants that were on my suit would have Ridley's remnants on me.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. It is never explained properly why the Federation wanted to revive all of these creatures. It's just a silly thing Sakamoto thought of because he couldn't figure out a new set of creatures to come up with.
I was gonna ask you that, but I think, from what I've seen from if I remember from the documentary, it was because they tried to find a new way to fight the space pirates or something, stuff like that.
I could see them using
because
that
of their strength or something like that. I don't know.
That's just retroactive. They just wanted a reason to reuse the designs, I'm pretty sure.
Probably, yeah.
It's like they write the whole plot outline first, and they find out reasons to explain it. It's, you know what? I made a game myself once before, and I am hoping one day I'll be able to showcase it. But what I did is I made the whole gameplay shtick of the whole game first, and then I made a story around it. And you can see, if I eventually ever get around to it, I'll explain that these story segments right here, I only did them to away why you need to go through this fetch quest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Collect 10 bare asses. Anyway, Ridley's dead.
He's dead.
Amazing.
Kill it twice, Samus, just to be sure.
Yeah, like you saw what happened in that game over sequence. He made sure that we were dead. You should do the same.
Exactly. Exactly. Do it.
Samus, what the fuck are you doing? Walking away from the body? Oh, Anthony, his gun.
Anthony.
Use your plasma beam, Anthony. You should have. Oh, Ridley's still alive.
He's not dead. I told you, shoot him twice.
You'd think she'd learn by now. Because this is like the third time she's fighting it. Even if you're ignoring the Prime sub-series, this is still the third time she's fighting it. And you'd think that she'd realize, Ridley's pretty unkillable. I should be sure that he's dead this time. Instead, she lets him get away.
But also, we did not see Anthony die, so... Ooh.
Well, we saw him fall to his death, so we should assume.
Yeah, exactly. But
I wondered if Anthony was conscious
Yeah.
as he hit
Wow,
down.
why are you monologuing about this, Samus?
Unbearable thoughts welled up in me, making me want to get as far away as I could.
Wow.
I regretted not being able to
You had
protect him.
ample opportunity to do that. But because
Yes.
Sakamoto wanted them to get out of the way, he has Samus feel guilty about some bull she had no control over,
Failed to
character-wise,
come to my
because
aid
she was
at the
written so
expense of his
shoddily.
own safety.
Well, that's it for Anthony. She doesn't say anything about Adam yet, though. But don't worry.
I'm sure it's not dead.
She'll mention it later.
Okay.
Like, she was in PTSD mode when that was happening, so that's why she's not mentioning it right now. Over here, there's a power-up, but no power-ups in hard mode, so that was a pointless.
And also, other people pointed out that because of everything that happened, like the death of the baby Metroid and stuff like that, like she is still like hurt or stressed because of that, or I don't know. But I don't know if that makes any sense.
I could see that, but I'm gonna just stick with my original point that Sakamoto just used a PTSD to explain why she couldn't realize that Adam and Anthony were in trouble and she couldn't save them. It's gonna happen again in this game, you know? She's
Yeah.
gonna somehow up or how her suit works or something, just so she can't stop a character I'm not gonna mention by name right now. Whoops. Because
Heal those.
game and story are hard to merge, and Sakamoto doesn't want you to be able to do something game related to stop his vision, his story.
Yeah. Well, it could have been like a good plot point if it was handled well. But I can see.
Yeah,
that,
if
but
this game was actually about
Eh.
Samus and actually giving her PTSD over a creature, preferably not really, because we fought him so many times, it's a kind of a joke
Yeah.
to bring something up like that. But I wouldn't mind if it actually was about Samus. It is not about Samus, however. It's just brought up for
It's
this
about
one
Adam.
moment, so she can be distracted and not be able to save Anthony and realize immediately that Adam was in trouble. Or rather, Adam was distracted by her distress. And that's what made him die. Totally. He's dead. Totally.
Yeah.
By the leader. He's not the leader himself. That's totally not going to be brought up later.
Because I can see why she technically, quote unquote, became a baby, because she probably, you know, since really killed her parents.
Yeah, if you read the manga, it Ridley attacked her when she was like 3 years old.
Yeah, she killed her parents, right? Too.
Ridley killed her parents.
So-
Yes,
Yeah.
Communication
he ate her mom, I think.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay. That's kind of a disgusting
Deleter,
sight.
from
if
the
you
deleter's
agree.
point of view, Adam would represent the largest threat. What the f is she talking about? She's the one with the super badass Chozo suit. Yet she thinks
Yeah.
he's the largest threat. That's totally... He's totally a Mary Sue now, you know? Adam Malkovich. He's a Mary Sue.
Adam would already know about
For
the
him to
baby.
be considered a larger threat than Samus in this story is complete
Doesn't make
nonsense.
sense. Like,
That was
yeah,
the case, then.
Samus saved the world, pretty much.
Why couldn't
Samus
I
has
Ah.
a screw attack and power bombs. She can
unfold this?
eliminate all life in her vicinity if she wants.
She destroyed all the
What the
Metroids.
fuck does
so
Adam
she
have? Some kind of ice
took
pistol?
care of,
Thoughts started to
she took care of so much stuff. Like, she would be the biggest threat here.
Also, she said, my racing thoughts are starting to frustrate me. Thinking is hard! Okay, that's it for now. That was the cutscene, but we're not done yet with
It's
the
over.
nonsense.
Okay.
I think we'll all take a break, though. Hope you've all enjoyed this video, and I'll have you next
Yeah.
Bye-bye!
Goodbye.